Hello and welcome back to the Treasure of the Midnight Isles. We are level 7 and it's time to level up. And then we're going to go grab ourselves a new companion, probably some kind of healer, cleric-y type. We'll have a look around for that. And then once we're done that, we'll start our next adventure and see what we got going on. I'm wondering whether the first two are just kind of like weaker ones and then the third one's going to be where it ramps up, or what's going on with this. But anyway, it's all okay. Let's level up Hisa. So, Hisa, level 7, monk, you get yourself your key strike, which means that at 10th level, the monks... This is at 10th level. Quite clearly we're getting this at 7. Okay, whatever. I guess it should say it's... Was I hovering something else? Anyway, I think I was hovering this one. Yeah, I should have been hovering this one. At 7th level, the monk's unarmed strikes are treated as cold iron and silver for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. Huge thing for us there. It means that against a ton of enemies, we will have an answer. If we're facing demons, we have an answer. If we're facing those werewolfy types that we had before, I'm fairly certain it said that silver was their thing to get through damage reduction, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, it's great. It was also pointed out to me that monks actually tend to scale a lot off of your actual level. So if we have a look, say, at your unarmed strike, you'll see that that scales up each, like 4 levels. You get, like, a different damage type. So, it might not be my imagination that our monk has become much better because we've been going up in actual level so quickly. And monks are one of the classes that scale best off of that. So, like, just purely off the level and not anything else. So that's kind of cool. Let's take some of these. We'll take those. And then a feat. Now, I have looked at this a little bit. Weapon finesse. A light weapon, if we have a look at the top bit, an unarmed strike is always considered a light weapon. So, we could get a +2 to our attack because we're using an unarmed weapon, which seems pretty good, right? And we could potentially take Piranha Strike afterwards. Piranha Strike is a -1 penalty on melee attack rolls and combat maneuver checks, but because we're getting a +2 from weapon finesse, overall it ends up being a +1 to our attack for a +2 bonus on all melee damage rolls, which sounds pretty good to me. So that's something that we can definitely think about, yeah. So yeah, and we also get like half the damage on the second attack. So I like how that goes. It's something to think about. Now, this would be great if we could get it, Weapon Finesse Mythic, which allows us to use our Dexterity instead of Strength, but I have no idea if we have any way to access Mythic classes, so don't know. Other things that we could take, Combat Reflexes. Now this one allows us to have 4 attacks of opportunity. Fantastic, love it. And the other one that I was looking at in here is, all the way down here, is Outflank. Now, this might be the one that we end up going with. Whenever you and an ally who also has this feat are flanking the same creature, which is going to be both of our wolves to start with, your flanking bonus on attack rolls increases to +4. So, you get a +4 to attack, that's the start thing, that's only half of the ability. In addition, whenever you score a critical hit against the flanked creature, it provokes an attack of opportunity from your ally, which is huge. Like, that all seems like that would work fantastically well, and I can't really see an argument not to take it. I'm just going down here to see if there's anything else. No, I think we have to take it. I would love to go into the weapon finesse and start working through that route, but Outflank is so good, especially if we get it on everyone, and it only works if we have it on everyone, right? It only works if we can get that +4 stacking on pretty much all of our melee fighters. So, we're going to take that. Next up, we have our two-handed fighter. What do you get at level 7? Backswing. At 7th level, when a two-handed fighter makes a full attack with a two-handed weapon, he adds double his strength bonus on damage rolls for all attacks after the first. That's incredible. That sounds like it's just going to be insane. We're definitely going to take our point in athletics. And then feats. So we could take some like Greater Sunder Armor or something in there. But the one that I'm looking at is right down here. You got it. It's Outflank. Why do I want to take Outflank? Well, it's a +4 on our attack rolls. It's incredible. And it means whenever he scores a crit, he gets an attack of opportunity from our allies. It's incredible. Like, it's just no way to, like, sugarcoat it. It's just probably the best ability that we can take. It's gonna really work with the fact that we have a ton of melee characters. So, there we go. There's not really any thinking to do there. Now, a Druid at level 7. You're not taking out flank. We also get new spells, it looks, at this level. You're going to take Trickery, you're going to take Perception, you're going to take Athletics, and then we're kind of look around going, I have 1 extra point. Why do I have 1 extra point? I don't usually get this point. Let's put that into Mobility, I guess? I don't know. It's not really going to be used, so we'll take it Mobility. Right. And then we have to figure out what we're doing with you. Now, you're slightly different because you have no purpose. And we need to give you a purpose. We need to give you a reason to be here. Right now, you throw an axe. And, like, I will say, you throw the axe very well. But it doesn't really do anything. What have we got here? What is Natural Spell? You can cast spells while using Wild Shape. That's kind of interesting. So we could be a wolf and then cast spells. That's neat, but that means we have to change our character to being melee. Which we can do, but it's something that we haven't done yet. We'll Steal Soul, +4 bonus against spells and spell-like abilities. We haven't really faced spells yet, so don't know. Anything else in here look really good? I mean, in theory, Rapid Shot will work with our melee weapon, which is kind of interesting. So not a melee weapon, with a ranged weapon. Should take Spell Penetration again, allow us to get more, like, through more spell resistance. Not that we've used spells really either. I don't know. We could take Weapon Focus for our throwing axes to give us a better hit rate. Maybe I'll take Greater Spell Penetration and just hope that things work out. And then we get a ton of new abilities. Sure. So we'll one day be a spellcaster. We're not there yet, but one day we will be a spellcaster. Next up, we have our Wandering Marksman. We get level 3 spells. Cool. I will take a point in Stealth and a point in Lore Nature, Perception, Persuasion, even though we haven't needed Persuasion yet, and Knowledge World, and then a feat. Now, we could give him a Weapon Focus for a +1. Already has Outflank, and I think has a way to use it. Is there anything else that's looking good here? Not actually that much else on this character. Yeah, there's not that many other options. I mean, I like Improved Initiative, but it doesn't really do anything for us. Fast Learner doesn't do anything for us. Dodge is okay. Having Dodge is nice, just for a little extra AC. Yeah. Anything else in here that's kind of cool? I don't know. Not really. Not really. You could take Proficiency for Heavy Armor, but that doesn't really work with the fact that we're a high dex character. Deadly Aim, -1 on all range attack rolls to gain a +2 on range damage rolls. Potentially could be alright. Yeah, I could see that working. I think maybe Weapon Focus for the composite, or it'll be for the short bow, I think. Yeah, although we really want them to use a composite longbow in the long run, so maybe that's not a good idea. All of these ones, I'm like, it could do this, could do that, could do this, could do that. Maybe I just give them more health. I don't know. That's definitely an option. Just to be like, hey, why don't you just take Toughness? Gives them health. Health is good. Boon Companion. That doesn't do anything because Companion will already be at our level. That's why it's not recommending that to us. I don't know. I really don't know. There's nothing that I really want. What about Blind Fight? Invisible attackers don't get a bonus to us. Does Improved Blind Fight do anything? That's still about melee attacks. Yeah. That doesn't seem to be doing anything for us. Take Armor Focus for Medium to get more AC, but we get more AC anyway by just using Dodge if I wanted it. Maybe Deadly Aim. We just go for more damage on him. Make him a damaging bow user. And then we get 2 level 1 spell. Is it? No, 1 level 1 spell and 2 level 3 spells. Okay. So as level 1 spells, what do we want? Feather Step is okay. Delay Poison is okay. Magic Fang lasts a reasonable amount of time now, but still not really anything we want to do. Same with Acid Maw. Hurricane Bow makes our bow technically one size larger for dealing damage. That's potentially good as a final buff for like the last boss, so maybe we'll take that. Featherstep Mass is really good. Yeah, so that would give us all extra movement speed, right? Because it gives us the effect of Featherstep. No, it's just it ignores adverse movement effects of difficult terrain. I thought there was a Featherstep that made you go faster. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Maybe I am thinking of Featherstep and it does that as well. Delay Poison Communal is fantastic. Everybody no longer gets poisoned. It doesn't cure any damage the poison may have caused, but does not affect the subject until the spell's duration has expired. So a temporary immunity to poison is nice. Anything else in here? Neutralize gets rid of it, which is nice. It gets rid of temporary effects. I didn't realize that. Okay. I think I'm going to take... 10 minutes per level is nice as well. I think I'm going to take that. Delay Poison. I don't know if we're going to run into poison, but we'll take it. I could think about Magic Fang Greater. Yeah, that would start to affect our pet, and actually can also be used on... it can also be used on our... Completely forgetting the name of them. On our monk. There we go, on Hisa. Yeah, maybe we'll take that. I don't know. I'm thinking of Longstrider! Yeah, we'll take Longstrider. Yeah. Although I want Longstrider on everybody. Yeah, not Featherstep. Longstrider was the one I was thinking of. We'll still take it. I still think it's good for him to have. Yeah. Repositioning is quite nice as a ranged character. Sorcerer, we get protection from energy. It grants temporary immunity to the type of energy you specify when you cast it. And we get our Bloodline feats selection as well at this level. So a lot of choices for our Sorcerer. Feat. What are we going to take here? Now, again, we don't take it outflank because we don't need it. Actually, it's not even available for us because I don't think our base attack is high enough to actually even use it. Anything else in here looking good? Improved initiative. I mean, it makes more sense for a spellcaster because we've got options. I think I might take improved initiative. Going earlier as a spellcaster that seems sensible. Bloodline feat here. We're missing some prerequisites for some of these ones, which is okay. Skill focus lore religion. No. Metamagic extend spell. Don't need. Iron will. Dodge. I'll take dodge. +1 to AC is nice. Then we get to do this one. So spells for level 1. Our current level 1 spells are Bless, Grease, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, and Snowball. Those are a good set of spells. Enlarge Person is good for us to have. It has been pointed out, and I did think about it, that if we make a character larger, like say our two-handed fighter, Devor, I think his name is. Anyway, if we do that, then he will then be able to get attack another 5 feet away, which means the cleave will go even better. So I like that. I like the logic, and we'll go with it. This one, at level 2... I don't know what we do for level 2 on you here. Maybe Mirror Image to stay alive if something charges us. Then level 3, we already have haste and protection from energy. We could take like a big damage spell here. Take something like Fireball or Battering Blast. Just be like, hey, I'm just going to do a ton of damage. Every 2 caster levels you get. So caster level is going to be 7. So that would be 3d6, I think. That's not bad. For every 5 caster levels you possess beyond the 5th, you gain an additional ball of force. So it's just going to be 3d6 to start with, but that's kind of cool. And it's a bull rush attempt. Dispel magic is okay. Fireball is okay. You know, Fireball's kind of... It is a staple. Yeah, and that's going to do 7d6, I think. Because it's per caster level, and I think our caster level is 7. So I'll do 7d6. That seems good. That seems like that's something we want.
I'll take care of it.
I'm just doing double check that I'm not being crazy. Yeah, our caster level is 7, so I'll do 7d6. Okay, cool. Now it's time to level these guys up. And for that, I give you the hat of leveling up. And with this, we can then say, okay, I'm going to take that. And if we have a look at outflank, we now have the required intelligence, which is kind of neat. And that starts to make this little bit work very, very, very well. So there you go. Take off the hat of leveling up. You will now gain the hat of leveling up. And you get the exact same thing. So we're going to give you stealth, we're going to give you perception, we're going to give you outflank. There we go. Perfect. And we now have a ton of people all with outflank, and it's going to go very, very, very well when that works. How did you move around here? I don't know. Anyway. Take off the hat of that. And then I can... Do I need intelligence for any of these characters? I think none of them use intelligence as a stat. I think intelligence was my dump stat for pretty much every character. You use intelligence a little bit, but not... You use charisma for your spells, so... Okay. Well, that's fine then. Right. So that's this group of characters all set up and ready to go. Hello, Angler. I would like one more. Deal. So, for this one, I'm thinking, in terms of class, Cleric makes a lot of sense, right? Cleric makes a lot of sense. I think they have to be ranged, thinking about how our party is set up. We could do another frontliner, but that kind of makes our frontline a little bit busy, is I think the best way of putting it. We're going to be in a situation where we have so many people trying to push into the front line, it's not going to work. I think having one more person take a step back, even if it's kind of like a middle step back, would be okay. I think that Cleric is ideal for this. So, it's been suggested that I have a look at Eccles Thurge. Let's have a look. First of all, let's do what does the Cleric give us to start with, so we know what the changes are. So we get Channel Energy, Cleric Proficiencies, Domain Selection, and then a bunch of spells. Actually, very simple. What do we get as an Eccles Thurge? So we still get our domain selections, but instead of getting Cleric Proficiencies, we get Domain Mastery. At first level, when an Eccles Thurge chooses his clerical domains, he designates one as his primary domain and the other as secondary. You use his non-domain spell slots to prepare spells from his primary domain spell list. Each day when he prepares spells, an Eccles Thurge can select a different domain granted by his deity, they gain access to that domain spell list instead of a secondary domain spell list. He does not lose access to his actual secondary domain's granted powers or gain access to the other domain's granted powers. Okay, that's a lot. You get proficiencies that are different. So instead of getting light armor, medium armor, simple, and shield, you get club, dagger, heavy crossbow, light crossbow, quarterstaff, and the favored weapon of his deity, but he's not proficient with any type of armor or shield. That's dangerous, but okay. Blessings of the Faithful. As a standard action, you can bless one ally within close range. A blessed ally gains a +2 sacred bonus on attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, saving throws, and AC until the end of the Eccles Thurge's next turn. You can spend 1 use of channel energy when activating this ability to extend the number of rounds equal to the number of dice of his channel energy. Okay. So you can actually, you can have it, just have this happening every turn if you're not doing anything. That's kind of neat. And at level 2 we get the Bonded Holy Symbol. So you can restore any one spell that we had prepared for that day. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go with it. Why not? We can try it. I mean, I was naturally against it because I was hearing, you have to select each day which domain you're in, and immediately my eyes just glazed over. But let's try it. As for a race, what are we looking at? What are we looking at here? We'd go Aasimar. It's kind of like the traditional cleric-y type of thing, isn't it? Or I mean, it could work. You got celestial powers. You got your light halo, which is good. You got your celestial resistances. Yeah, could work. Tiefling would be interesting, kind of fun, but I kind of like that. Let's just stick with Aasimar. Right. Heritage. Wait, is someone already an Aasimar? I get the feeling our monk is already an Aasimar. I think they are. You know what? Let's go weird. Let's be a Tiefling Cleric. There we go. That's gonna be weird. Heritage. Now, I know that we need to have... let me double check this. Apparently we need to have 13 charisma to allow us to get the thing that we need, which is selective channel. The reason why we need selective channel is it means we can use our channel energy so we can heal without hurting the enemy, which is kind of cool. Let's have a look at what we got. So, bonus to dexterity and charisma, -2 penalty to wisdom, +2 racial bonus to perception and persuasion when used for bluff checks. Use a blindness spell once per day. They gain damage reduction 2 unless it's against piercing. Bonus against enhancement spells. +1 on attack rolls against clerics, inquisitors, and paladins. That's an extreme call. Not only are we going to be fighting these enemies, but we're going to be fighting enemies that are traditionally on the side of good when we've only really fought on the side of chaos or evil. So that's not really going to work for us. Frigid touch spell once per day. They do not suffer a penalty to charisma if they have a level in sorcerer or eldritch scion of the infernal bloodline. Okay. Oni spawn, hungered. +2 racial bonus to wisdom and to strength and wisdom, -2 penalty to charisma, and a +2 on persuasion checks. No. Strength and wisdom, -2 to intelligence, +2 on mobility lore nature checks. Can use a blur spell once per day in a secondary bite attack. No. On all rolls to confirm critical hits, you get a bonus. Strength and charisma, -2 intelligence, trickery and perception. They can use the stone call spell once per day. That's okay. Web spell once per day, 1 natural armor bonus. That's not bad. Although, would that stack with other natural armor bonuses? It doesn't say. And also, we don't like the penalty to wisdom. Yeah. Or just a straight tiefling. I don't know, none of these are perfect, but that probably makes a lot of sense that none of these are perfect. That's not really why these characters exist. Let's go for Pitborn. Yeah, we're going to be demon spawn. Okay. What we know we're going to be using like a crossbow. We're going to have a terrible intelligence stat. So let's accept that we're going to have a terrible intelligence stat and go with like just one thing like perception and see how that goes. Oh wait, one of these gives us armor, right? I just remembered, one of these gives us armor. Is it gladiator? No, not that. I'm sure something in here gives us armor as a base. Dueling swords and bucklers, that's useful, but not what I'm looking for. No. It says a no. No. Although that gives us a bonus with darts, throwing axes, and javelins. No. No. Yeah, no. Again, short swords and daggers. Scimitars, scythes. Hand axes, battle axes, and great axes. Nope. I don't think we have one. Martial discipline. No, no. I think we might be out of luck. There's some that give us bucklers. That's probably worth getting anyway. I kind of like short bow and longbow proficiency. That gives us some options of ranged. Yeah, maybe I'll take hunter. Yeah, we'll be the hunter one. That's fine. I'm going to just ditch intelligence. We don't need it. Intelligence sucks. We need to have charisma 13. And then we just need to work out where everything else goes. So wisdom is our one that gives us spells per day. You can see it there. So I'm going to boost that up to like as far as it can go. Con is kind of useful, so we'll take some con. Dex is useful for ranged attacks. We're going to be doing ranged attacks. So again, kind of useful. I have 1 point to spend. Why can I not... Oh, because it cost me 2 to upgrade that. We are going to get... One thing to remember, we are going to get a free upgrade because we get an ability score at some point. So I could do that, and we will get a free upgrade to something. Yeah. That's okay. So there's damage rolls when using a melee or thrown weapon. So unless we're using composite, that actually doesn't matter for us now that I think about it. So we can actually go down to 10 and give ourselves more dex. Yeah, and then we can put our point into con. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Yeah, and we just use crossbows. Okay, you get 1 point. It's going into perception. It's the easiest 1 point you could choose because, like, being able to see traps is useful. Although, we could also go use magic device. Fox already has a ton, but if we do that, that means we can use scrolls. Yeah, let's do use magic device actually. We might need to make that a spec. If I'm going to use magic device, ditch hunter, we're out of here. I want something that gives us that as a specialty. So that'd be in oblate maybe. Nope. Scholar. There we go. Oh, select one Orisian from the Druid's list and get it as a spell-like ability at will. Oh, so we could get like flare or light or resistance. That's kind of neat. I don't want to, but that's kind of neat. I think we might be in a divine scholar. Brew potions is a bonus feat, or scribe scrolls. Actually, both of those are pretty good. Let's get brew potions. We never brew potions. Let's try that. The stat line is still okay, but that's going to work out really well for us. Yeah, so that now gives us a +6, which is a much better situation to be in. 1 feat, selective channel. You see, you need to have that at 13. So that's okay. We can do that. And whenever you channel positive energy to heal, or negative energy to channel negative energy to heal the undead, you do not affect enemies. We channel positive energy to damage or negative energy to damage the living, you do not affect allies. That's really good. We'll take that one. Deity. Now, it said something about our deity in here. It said, blah, 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 where is it? And the favored weapon of his deity. Okay. So we become proficient with the favored weapon of our deity. So if we want any of these, we should take them now. I'm just seeing whether we got anything in here. We also have to be good. That's the other thing. You know what? I should probably... Oh, it doesn't look like there's a search, actually, thing for good. Okay. Just thinking here what we want. Longbow would be okay, but we don't actually want that. We want you to use a crossbow. Light crossbow from Abadar is okay. We already have it, though. Would we get a +1? I don't know if we would. We're already proficient with it, and it doesn't say you get a +1 like it does in background selection. Dagger could be okay. Is there a good dagger? Probably not. Daggers aren't really known as good things. Unarmed strike is... It's okay. It could work, I suppose. Although it's... Yeah, never mind. It won't. Kukri? That's an interesting one. Yeah. I mean, that gives us a weapon that we're unlikely to run into. Although that's Lamashtu, and that's also evil. Never mind. I'm like, that's interesting. Also evil. Pharasma? Pharasma can be good. And it's got a dagger as a weapon. Yeah, let's choose Pharasma. I'll take channel positive energy so we can heal. Seems like a good one to me. Now we have to choose our domain selection. Now if we head back to the start here. At first level, when we choose our domain, we designate one as primary and the other as secondary. We can use his non-domain spell slots to prepare spells from his primary domain spell list. Each day when he prepares spells, we can select a different domain granted by his deity to grant access to that domain spell list instead of a secondary domain spell list. Okay. So this is fine. Whatever we choose here, we can then pass on to, like, we can use the secondary domain's spell slot to do a main domain's thing. So why can we not... What are the prerequisites for these? Doesn't say. I guess we're just not allowed to choose one of these. Okay. So water, just to have a look, would give us water domains, so we get these spells to choose from that we could put along, like Icicle, Acid Arrow, Freedom of Movement, Ice Storm, Cone of Cold, all of that sort of stuff. Okay. And then we could pass it down there, and we get this is our passive bonus. Resistance to cold. Okay. Repose. So in terms of spells, we get Ward Against Death and Repose Domain. Your touch can fill a creature with lethargy, causing a living creature to be staggered for 1 round as a melee touch. No, I'm not interested. 1, it's too long. 2, it said melee. Right. This one. So we get Teaching Moment. At 8th level as a swift action, you can grant all allies within 30 feet special insights. Once during the next minute, each affected creature can choose to roll twice and take the better result before attempting an attack roll, ability check, skill check, or saving throw. Okay. In Void form, you become semi-tangible. While in this form, you're immune to critical hits and gain a +1 deflection bonus to AC. Okay. You can use it a number of rounds per day per level of your class that gave you access to this domain. Alright, not interested. Healing Domain. So you get some healing stuff. We already have healing though. Although, at 6th level, all of your cure spells are treated as if they were empowered, increasing the amount of damage healed by half. That's pretty good. I do like Healing Domain as a thing to have, but these are abilities, so we get them no matter what. So that's good. You can touch a living creature as a standard action, healing it. Okay. That's kind of neat. We might take that as our secondary domain, so we can take that ability. Death Domain. So we get Death Domain, Bleeding Touch, melee attack. Not interested. So is Water Domain the only one that comes with spells? So Water Domain... Oh, maybe I wasn't reading it right. Domain spells. Oh yeah, I wasn't reading it right. So we do get domain spells for the rest of them. These I'm not interested in. Not interested, not interested, not interested. I'm happy with water. So we're going to take water as our main. Then our second is going to be healing. That seems like a really good pair. We're going to be neutral good, so we can be healed by the sorcerer. And then that's us done. The start of character creation. Now we are a tiefling, so is there a tiefling portrait? Does that do it? That actually looks close to what we could make. So that means you're going to be dude. Right. You're kind of darker skinned tiefling, aren't you? Oh, you're kind of grey. There we go. You're like, yeah, that's the right color. All of that seems fine, although you have eyes that don't appear to be an option here. Hairstyle, that seems fine. Horns. You can have them be grayish as well. There we go. Something like that for your horns. Yeah, that seems good. And then, yeah, clothes color. I don't know, why don't we have you have some like reds in here? Oh, I actually want your main to be black and your secondary to be reds. There we go, like that. Definitely a cleric of good, as you can tell.
I have no use for this. Burn! Slice!
Together we stand.
Let us be off.
The path is clear.
None shall escape!
I'll go ahead.
I like pragmatic. And then we need a name. His name shall be... I don't know. Zorin. That's his name. Zorin was born on the 1st of the 1st.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
This seems good. Yeah, and we get all of this. My god, clerics get a lot. And that's level 1. Complete.
Ready for anything.
So I'm going to move you along to, like, that slot. And let's sort out the party. You know what's messed up? I still think of this character, Agna, as our main character, despite the fact that there is no difference between the characters in this one. In this mode, they're all, like, just a character. But, like, she's the main character because we made her first. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway. So, now we have him here. Let's just sort ourselves out. cool. What kind of stuff do you have going on with you here? So you started with a crossbow and a dagger. That's really nice. All of these can head in here. Why don't you have an intelligent hat? There we go. Sort by type. We don't really have anything for you. Yeah, that's about the long and short of that story. Cool. So, that's our little cleric guy there. Let's level him up. So, level 2. At level 2... Actually, before we do that... Spellbook. How do I choose my secondary domain each level? Or each rest? I guess I choose it on the rest, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Wait, why are these my domain spells? Water domain, healing domain, but my domain spells are Cause Fear, Doom, Ray of Sickening, Remove Sickness? That doesn't make sense. Surely my domain spell... Oh, wait a second, but this is because I can choose my secondary domain spell from any spell list. Effectively. Oh, okay, I understand. But wait, where's my water spell? Am I not meant to have a water spell here? Oh, Ray of Sickening is the water spell. Oh. I'm going to take Remove Sickness in that slot. And then we already have Bless ready to be cast, so let's go for Cure Light Wounds times by 2. It's not exciting, but it's probably the correct one. Actually, Remove Fear is pretty good as well. Let's take this. Let's take this. Right. Also, I noticed something when I was leveling up there, and we should be doing this to every character if we want to be optimal. The hat has given him an extra skill point to spend. Well, level 2 was a fun time as a cleric. Let's see how level 3 treats us. Oh, you only got 1 point there. Maybe it wasn't the hat. Alright, well, whatever. Then we get to choose one of these. Point blank shot is a solid option. Always good. Especially as it gives you access to precise shot, which is really what you're after there. So, yeah. If we're going to have you use a crossbow, you might as well be good at using a crossbow. We take Con or Charisma. Let's take Con. We get 2 points here, which we will take. Wonderful. Next level, I will take Use Magic Device. Along with Precise Shot, so we can shoot into melee. There we go. Next level, we'll take those 2. And we get some special abilities, including our Healer's Blessing, which is great. Level 7, we will take another point and use Magic Device, and... we got anything in here that we need to use? Extra channels are useful, especially if we're not planning on resting. It's only 2, but 2 extra heals, that could make a difference at some point. You know what? Let's commit to you being a healer. Let's give you that. I think that's a sensible thing for us to do. Yeah, that's a sensible thing for us to do. If we're not resting a lot, that gets more value. Cool.
I am prepared.
And now, we are a level 7 cleric, and we're feeling much better about life. Spellbook. So at first level, I'm almost feeling like we do this. I know it sounds crazy, but like, you're a heal bot. You're here to heal us. At level 2, Restoration Lesser, 100%. Followed by Cure Moderate Wounds. You're a heal bot. I don't know how else to phrase this, but your purpose is to heal. This one. Well, see, Invisibility Communal's kind of okay. But we can take Cure Serious Wounds at this level. Delay Poison Communal's also okay. Let's take Delay Poison Communal. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I need to take one of these. Let's take See Invisible. I don't know if that's useful. Let's take Cure Serious Wounds. Delay Poison could be okay. Remove Disease. Remove Blight. Oh, wait a second. Get this out of here. Somebody else already has this. Remove Curse. Remove Blindness. Those are going to be very useful. Now, Magical Vestment is useful if you want to start buffing up everybody. We're not quite at that point yet, but we could be soon. So, once we get enough spell slots, that's something to think about. Level 4. we're looking at neutralize poison, followed by restoration and cure critical wounds. I think that makes sense to me. That definitely makes sense to me as the way we want to be playing this game. Cool. Cleric setup. Our cleric's purpose in life is to be a healer and nothing else. And that's all we ask. Right. Now, I do need to actually set this up at some point. Rebuke death. Alright, you touch a living creature and you can kind of heal them. Okay, that's fine. Let's sort out some of our spells here. Just going to move them to the side to start with. I'm going to make a healing block for us. Are these all cure light wounds? They are. Okay, get rid of them. That one heads over here. That one heads over here. I can head down there. I think that's all of our healing. Remove sickness is cool. Restoration lesser. Yeah, remove that one. Bonded holy symbol I think we do through this. So this thing being there doesn't matter. Point blank shot doesn't matter. Icicle. Yeah, okay, so this is our damage one currently. Icicle. Do we have, is that it? Have I, oh no, also the divine zap. Don't forget divine zap. There we go. That's our damaging spells. Level 2. I know this isn't the best use of a healer necessarily, but it's what I want right now. If we need the healer to do damage, all we need to do is change the spells. Like that's literally all we need to do. So it seems to me like it would be sensible to do this first, and then if we find that it's not working, we can change it. There we go. This one is going to be over here. Here. Why did I make this the secondary like spell thing when the first spell thing only has 2 spells on it? Great question. Don't really need any of those. That none of them are going to be useful. Cool. So actually I can get rid of this again. There we go. So this is our cleric. Two sets of spells. We're all set up. Are there better builds for a cleric? Almost certainly. Is this filling our role? Yes. Yes. Yes it is. Hello. I can buy more people? Wait, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can we buy more after this? I guess maybe you could buy one. Oh, and then you can switch in and out party members. That'll be what you can do. I don't want to respec. I think we're good. I think we're now good to go. Right. I am going to quickly check down here, though, before we do anything else. And we're going to see whether the chaplain has anything for us that we might want. Now that we've spent a bunch of stuff. Dragonfall. That's kind of neat. Hunter's Assurance. Also very neat. Bleed Shortbow. Oh, amazing. Do I have the money for it? No. What do we have the money for? Blocker, maybe. Two-handed Great Axe. It's only a DC 10 check, so I'm not interested in that. Okay. Hello. Magical equipment. What would I want for my cleric? I don't know. I don't really know what our cleric wants. Sort by price and ascending. I'm going to select them as well so now I can see what I'm actually able to use. Go down to the price range where we can afford. Nothing I really want unless we can get a light crossbow +1. Is that worth it? Probably not. I mean, like, your purpose is to heal. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're absolutely fine there. Don't have any amount. I don't have any way to buy a bag of holding. I just don't have the money for it. I think we save our money. Yeah. We definitely save our money. Right, let's rest. Now what's interesting is now, in theory, I have... Oh, I would have somebody who can do alchemy except for the fact that... yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Yeah, because you have a -2. So I could try and craft potions, but 1, I don't have an alchemist kit, and 2, you're at -2. because it needs knowledge world checks. Yeah, okay, never mind. Alchemy is not going to happen. Yeah, let's just do that. Not that we're likely going to rest out in the open anyway, but we might as well set it up correctly. Then we'll rest. We healed the fool. Nice. We get a save. And how are we looking in terms of everything else? So you're looking good. You still have a spell slot. Oh, you have spell slots that I missed. Right. Let's sort that out. Probably another delay poison here. Although we could give you something else. I don't know. Maybe it's time to put Stone Call on here. No, actually, it's probably time for Frigid Touch. That's probably the most likely time that we'll use a damaging spell, is if they try and get in range of us. Here, Remove Disease and Soothing Mud are great. Call Lightning could be good. Cure Moderate Wounds could be good. Spit Venom could be good. One thing we could do, actually, is now we have a healer, we could get rid of all these Cure Light Wounds and replace them with snowballs. So we just do more damage. That's an option. I'm going to keep the healing, but, you know, it's an option. Don't think we need that one. Let's take Call Lightning, maybe, and then at this level, I think Dispel Magic could be great. Let's try some Dispel Magic. See if that works. Right, so you're set up. Everybody else uses spells or doesn't, from memory, or doesn't use them. That's fine. We'll do another rest. That sets up our spells. So now, we should be good. Yeah, so now we're good on spells. Wonderful. And I think we're ready to go. I have noticed you're using the scimitar here. Is there anything better you can use? Absolutely not. Okay, cool. Right. Let's head this way. And we can choose our first place. Let's have a look at the map. I think that's going to be a good thing to do. I'm feeling a lot stronger about this party just with one addition as well. Not that I was feeling weak. Right now, we haven't faced a single thing that's been like even the slightest bit of a challenge. You know, maybe in the Helmsman chest, I'll put in anything I want to keep but I'm not using right now. I can't put things in the Helmsman's chest? Oh, never mind. Yeah, let's just put things that I'm not using in here. Just for just now. And then I guess I could put all of those in there as well. Oh, not that one. That. Anything that's glowy I'm not putting in there. Just be careful. It's whenever a row disappears at the bottom when it does that little jump up. Okay, although it didn't do it this time because it's already up as far as it can go. Nice, right. Sort that out. Choose a new destination. So, what's the first one? Naharindian Crystal. You'll increase your mythic rank on this island? Oh, well that answers the question I had about mythics. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Legacy. The next character to set sail on a ship will receive an additional level at the start. Okay. Now we're talking. Difficult route, but you get more experience. Island of Loneliness. A mercenary will join your party. Unnecessary. I've already done that. Allow you to clear the effects of abyssal corruption. Don't care. +1 to a random ability. You'll be able to replenish supplies on this island. Mysterious merchant will readily offer you his goods at a pleasing price. Huh. I think we want to go Naharindian Crystal, Legacy, even though I'm not too interested in Legacy because we're going to win the first time. Could be good. XP into Safe Harbor into End. I think that's our path. So we have to face 2 level 2 perils at the end. We don't ever face a level 3 and then we get into the end one. I think that makes sense. I think XP is impossible to ignore. It's like the best thing that we can get. We don't need an additional companion, so this is straight up bad. This could be good, but I don't really care about gold. I only care about items. So we're going to go there, get our crystal, get our legacy, get our difficult route. Safe harbor doesn't matter, but we could rest for free before heading into here. Because if we're not going to gain abyssal corruption, well, you know, that seems pretty good to me in terms of a rest location. So we can do that and head to the end. That sounds fantastic. Let's go here. Do we get the crystal right? We probably get the crystal at the end. But yeah, if we were to get another companion, they would appear here, obviously. It just makes sense, now that I think about it. Cool. Let's go. To the island. This is interesting. So we get Naharindian. I'm starting to also wonder how large this DLC is. Because I'm thinking, if we get a Naharindian crystal, well, that offer, and it gives us mythic ranks. Are we going to have to get 10 of those? Is that possible to get 10 of those? It's not really possible with the way that the current routes are laid out, but maybe there's a ton of routes that for us to actually get through. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.